think that military personnel and veterans in particular are a great fit for the Uber platform, whether it be as a rider or a driver. And so we're kind of here just to talk about what Uber is, how you guys can get involved on either side of the business.
The freedom it gives me to work on my own schedule is really incredible.
1 second. Retired Army, right?
Air Force.
Air Force, retired Air Force. There you go.
Air Force. And I enjoy it very much. I meet a lot of people. I help a lot of drivers. Make a lot of money. So it's great. It's a great opportunity, and you can get right into it right away.
UberX is more of a, it's kind of our bread and butter product. Anybody with a car that's 2005 or newer can sign up. They have a clean background check and can go through our vetting process, which I assume most of the fellows in this room and ladies here can. They can suddenly turn the vehicle they may already own or are looking to own into a vehicle literally to produce income for themselves, whether it's during a transition period or full-time or part-time to pay for that extra little something that you're looking for. We have people who get laid off from their job or decide it's not right for them, their full-time gig, and decide to try Uber out and end up sticking with it. We have people who use it as they're looking for other work. We have people, a considerable amount of people who are retired and get bored in the house and want to make some extra money and fill the time. They sign up with UberX and are able to give rides when they're needed. So I'll talk a little bit more about what Uber is. At its core, Uber is an app. It lives on your iPhone, your Android, your BlackBerry, your Windows phone. As long as your phone has GPS software connected to it, then as a rider, you can download the app. It's free. Put in your credit card information. Open the app. It knows where you are. You hit request a ride. We could request one here. We could request one in 200 plus cities in the world, over 45 countries. So we have a very worldwide reach. And at just the drop of that pen and request, you know how far whatever driver you've been matched with is away, how far it's going to take for them to get to you. You can track their progress in real time on the map. And then when you're there, or when they're there, you get a quick push notification that says, hey, your driver so-and-so is arriving now. And as a rider, I go downstairs, go outside, into the vehicle. I can put the destination in the app, which gives the driver directions on how to get there. I can tell them every person's a little different. Get in the car, the person takes me where I want to go. I can talk with them, I can not talk with them, I can do whatever. I get out, charges to my credit card, receipt is emailed. And as a technology company, what Uber does is we track that entire transaction. And so we facilitate the transaction. We take a 20% commission in most cases. UberX is an example for doing so. And all the money, the rest of the money goes to the driver. The rider gets what they want. Each side rates the other. So at the end of a ride as a rider, I rate the driver and vice versa. Those ratings allow us to crowdsource safety. So in addition to running the background check on the driver and things like that, we also know very early on if the person's unsafe. We know immediately and we can make the appropriate decision as to basically restrict their access to the app. That's true for riders, it's true for drivers. And the idea came out of people were frustrated that taxi availability was low. And there's a lot of private limousine drivers who waste many hours of their day because their private clients don't even do anything. They take somebody somewhere for a 6-hour meeting and then they're just kind of hanging out. Why not fill that time with income, right? And so what the people who started the company thought is, why not get these guys on a platform where somebody else who just needs a 10, 15-minute ride can request them at the drop of a hat, get in their car, get where they need to go, pay that person for that service, and allow those people to maximize their time and income. It's now evolved into all sorts of products. So we started in San Francisco, we launched in New York and Boston, a couple other big cities on the East Coast, DC. Our first international city was Paris. We want to use our technology to empower people to make money. Whether as driving your Toyota Camry or Lexus sedan or Ford Explorer around and using your free time to get extra cash. And then we looked at some of the data behind why we think ex-military or active military people are great partners, and they are. They're rated extremely high. Their hour is more productive than the average driver. And so they're smart, they're courteous, they know a little bit about how to interact with people, which is a huge plus on the system. And they're just I guess at the end of the day, they're great people in general, and so it's just a great fit for us. And we decided between that data right there, and also just out of a feeling of commitment to the veteran community, why not start a program that we could reach out to that community that we hadn't exactly engaged before in any concrete terms, and get them on the platform, whether it be as a rider or a driver. So we've actually committed to onboarding 50,000 partners as drivers with Uber over the course of the next 16 months now. So about 2 months ago we launched this initiative. It's been a great ride so far. We're kind of killing our numbers, so we might, I don't know, have to up that 50,000. But the 50,000 number was a big leap for us, and we really wanted to put it out there as a commitment to the veteran community. You can work an hour a week, you can work 60 hours a week. You're your own boss. There's no one at a desk, you know, sort of supervising you and telling you can't do this, you can't do that. We don't have scheduled hours. We don't have any requirements in terms of when and where you need to work. If you're within a service area of Uber's, which is increasingly becoming pretty much anywhere, so to give you an idea of DC's service area, we go all the way west to Highway 81, all the way south down to Fredericksburg, all the way north up to Annapolis and Baltimore, and all the way east essentially to the Chesapeake Bay. Yeah, so we are working very hard. We've actually launched in a couple cities, Houston being one of them, a wheelchair accessible vehicle dedicated option. We're working very hard to make that happen in DC. There's some additional regulatory things we have to go through to do it. The platform is designed such that if you have a service dog and you need to get around, you don't need to go pay for a special cab or arrange for one of your friends to take you. You can use Uber as it stands, and that person knows that they're not to turn away a service dog. Can I say that it's never happened? No, I can't say that. But can I say that when it does happen, we immediately take the appropriate action? Absolutely, because that's how the safety and the ratings work.
So how can you use Uber to start a business? Say you had 2 or 3 cars. You can have all 3 cars on the platform, on your account. So maybe your nephew's driving one car, your brother-in-law, somebody trustworthy that you know. You would just have to have that individual on your insurance. And you can have as many cars on your account as you want to. So while you're physically, say, working a part-time job or doing something else, your cars can make money for you on this platform.
So we actually carry a primary commercial insurance policy. The second you're on a trip to the second that the trip is ended, that policy is in excess of $1 million, and it's frankly greater than anything else out there in the industry, the transportation industry. So that's something that we carry, because you are at that time with Uber, and when you're not using the Uber app, it's your personal insurance.
Right. I have USAA insurance,
Yeah.
which is, I've heard of some insurance companies that have dropped rideshare drivers. USAA is not one of those.
But during peak hours on the weekend, people easily can make $30 to $35 an hour. Now it's Tuesday to 2 p.m. Maybe you're not going to make $30 an hour, but across the board, we're shooting for $20 to $25 an hour. The IRS has a pretty good number on per mile, and what a lot of people do is they talk to tax experts and get that deducted at the end of the year. So you can help mitigate that cost. I think it's like 56 cents. You can mitigate that cost by deducting from your taxes at the end of the year. In April, we've over doubled as a company in terms of our full-time management staff, close to triple. And so we're growing at a crazy rate, and that means a lot of opportunities within the company. Places like DC, San Francisco, all over the world, we have opportunities. Definitely good, which is easy to remember, uber.com/jobs. And every opportunity we have with management staff is there. You can filter by city, by any department, legal, business operations, strategic planning, anything like that.